Hello, Women of the Channel Leadership Network. I'm Jackie Rives, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. This week, I have the pleasure of introducing you to Alex Czerwinski, Senior Events Program Manager at the Channel Company. Hi, Alex. Thank you
Hi,
for joining
Jackie.
us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, well, I'm so excited for the community to get to know you. So let's start off with the icebreakers. Where do you live and where did you grow up if that's different?
Yeah, no, I live in West Islip, New York. That's on Long Island. So I'm a true Long Islander. Grew up in Hauppauge, just a couple towns over, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
Awesome. Well, what is a little known fact about you that you're willing to share with all of us?
A little known fact is I am 8 months pregnant right now with my first child. It's a little
Yay!
girl, so she will be the newest member of the Women of the Channel community when she
I
arrives
love
in
it.
February.
Yay! I'm so excited for you. I love that for you. Congratulations to you and
Thank
your
you.
family again. I'm going to share one little known fact. Well, it's a little bit of a two-parter with the community. And that was that you were very much a big part of the Women of the Channel Leadership Network early 2024, helping me while E was out on her maternity leave. And
Yeah.
something that many probably don't know about you is that you are the mastermind organizing the Woman of the Year Gala. So for our second annual this past year, did an amazing job and will be also taking care of us for this year's gala. So I felt like the
Yes.
community need to know
Well,
the
thank
face
you.
behind that. Of
Yes, it was
course.
very exciting to plan that. I can't wait when I get back to continue doing it for 2025 and beyond. So.
Love it. Love it. All right, Alex, how about sharing with us a little bit about your career path and how you reached the position you're in today?
Yeah, sure. So I started right out of college at Canon USA. So I actually started in their logistics department, dealing with camera shipping and all of that kind of stuff to all major retailers. And then I've always had an interest in events of some kind, even family events and my Sweet 16 and my sister's wedding and things. So I had the opportunity to work on their expo, which they have every 5 years. It's 30,000 people. I got to work on that, and that led me into a marketing and event role there, where I did a lot of different events in the tri-state area of New York for all of their dealers and things like that. So that's really where I started. Learned a lot there. Very different culture than some places, but it was great, and that led me into where I am now.
Well, with all of that experience and kind of changing roles, what would you say is the most important risk you took and why?
So, yeah, the biggest risk that I took was actually taking the role at the channel company to do events because up until then, I was doing everything close to home, just a train ride away or a car drive away. And we travel a lot at the channel company all across the US, which is a great opportunity. But I do suffer from a little bit of anxiety. So that was a big leap for me and a big risk, but it paid off because it's been just wonderful. I've gotten to see really, really cool places and gotten to meet the most wonderful people and work with the best team. So that was definitely a risk that I'm glad I took.
Yes, and we are glad too. And I couldn't agree more. You're amazing to work with. Okay, Alex, I've had the opportunity to see you grow as a leader. So, what made you want to be in a leadership position?
Yeah, so I have had many different leaders in my, 10 plus years career, some really great, some not so great. And I think for me, wanting to be a leader, it was taking the things that I've loved and learned from previous managers and leadership and the things that I didn't like and be able to take those and try to be the best manager or leader that I can be, whether it's a role model or just helping work on processes and things like that. I'm still continuing to grow and learn, but I've found that pulling different pieces from all my past leaders has been really helpful and exciting to learn how to be an effective manager.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. Like some of the conversations we've had and even discussions we've had, like you asked very what might be considered a tough question for some, but for like our dynamic, it's coming from a good place, and so you just ask the hard questions, and that's something I admire in you.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I try to think of things like just talking to, how I would want to be talked to and give it to me straight type of personality. That's
yeah.
how I am. I'm always very upfront with things. So I try to, even though sometimes it could be uncomfortable, feel like I'm learning to hit on all those points for people.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right. So Alex is probably one of the most organized people I have probably ever met in my life. So, who better than to ask, what are some best practices you use to manage your time?
Sure. Yeah. So being organized in type A is a gift and a curse. Um, but I love my trusty to-do list. I am very, very big on that. I'm super big on blocking my calendar for times that I can get tasks done and then mapping out what those tasks are going to be so that I use the time that I have most efficiently because we do have a lot of meetings. Even
Mm.
today, we were on back to back to back calls that can be overwhelming to get tasks done that this ever flowing list that just piles up. So for me, it's really blocking my time on my calendar and making a plan for what I will do during that time. And also trying to stay within the work hour time constraints, right? By not
Hmm.
pushing myself to work till 10 o'clock at night in order to get things done. So prioritizing, those are a couple things that I am very, very, very meticulous about.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would also even say, adding on to that is like you've challenged me with a little bit of accountability, even if it's something silly like we're both trying to drink water more often
Yeah.
or get up from our computers and take a walk. So, like, having that accountability is another thing that
Oh,
you
yeah.
taught me for sure.
1,000%. Blocking time for yourself just to get up, stretch your legs, get a drink of water, have lunch. Like things when you're so busy, you forget those things and you just get stuck in a tunnel vision. And it's super important for yourself to nurture yourself and make sure so that you don't
Yeah.
burn out. So,
Absolutely.
yes.
Well, Alex, it has been a pleasure having the opportunity to get to even know you even more and then share you with the rest of this community. So thank you for accepting my invitation.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I love this community and I can't wait to see what else comes out of it.
Yeah. So, community members, please give Alex high fives. Let's celebrate her this week. Definitely share your tips. I know that she would love that. So, let's just
Yes.
keep continuing the conversation and learning and growing together. So, until next time, have an amazing week.